only thing presented as evidence right now are 3 different sets of documents that were filed civilly, meaning Cassie, the documents she filed civilly, not criminally. She got paid for that. There's a new one that says that something happened 30 years ago. She filed 30 years ago. 30 years ago it happened, and she just filed. As far as the rape thing or whatever, that was 30 years. And then Lil Rod's. Now, when Homeland Security and the feds is fucking with Diddy, it's based off of that information. Usually in civil suits, you don't know if that shit's true or not because they all want money. And it's not a criminal investigation, so a lot of motherfuckers say what they want. Like, Lil Rod said Stevie was in a gay porn, but we know that wasn't Stevie. That was a gay porn actor that looks like Stevie. So we know in the documents as that stands that that's false. All right? Just stay with me. They read all that, and they went off of that, and then they raided his house. Now, they raided 3 houses with tanks, army men. They still ain't arrested this man yet. 4 or 5 days later, they still haven't arrested him. What's that telling you? Another thing. I was reading a New York Post article. New York Post is white media. White as they come. After the article, it was the article about what's going on with Diddy, a long article about the raids. There was a phone number at the end of the article and said, if you know any information that could help us, please. If they had anything, they wouldn't be putting that article up. Now, when these chicks came out on Epstein, there was a gang of them. Not one has walked into any police station or anything and said anything about Diddy. We know that Diddy threw hundreds of parties in the last 10 years with probably thousands of different guests, celebrities, athletes, politicians. I never went, but I bet if I was invited, I probably would have. Everybody went. Everybody goes there. He gives great parties. None of this shit was brought up. Everybody was going, having a good time at their parties, whatever they was doing, all right? Yeah. Now, look at some of the things they got in these accusations that they paid sex workers. That translate means niggas are in a strip club fucking with strippers. Now all of a sudden it's prostitution and sex workers. They saying that he had people transport drugs. Where's the evidence? There's no evidence in that. These guys that are investigating him are going by civil lawsuit information. Now, I'm not defending Diddy. But guess what? If I'm going to defend anybody when it comes to black and white, I'm going to defend black. I hate to say it right or wrong, I have to. Because that's what they do, and that's their strength, and that's our weakness. Even if you don't like Diddy, even if the last 20 years of your life you've been dancing to his music, being entertained by everything that he's put out. And sure, there's been some sketchy moments, but this is the streets. This is the ghetto, the struggle, the sketchy moments in every single artist or every single mogul that has to do with rap. I'm just saying, right? I don't see any evidence. Now, the legal age is 18 years old in Miami. So that means that somebody had to be 17 at a party or with somebody. That's the only way that they can get Diddy. If that don't happen, Diddy's not going to get locked up because there's no evidence of him committing any crime. Now, do you really think after that Cassie situation that whatever was on any tapes or whatever which was private, you think he'd be stupid enough to leave it on there? Now, no disrespect. I don't like to disrespect. I just call it as I see it. R. Kelly wasn't the sharpest toolbox, one of the greatest entertainers, but as far as education and critical thinking, wasn't the sharpest. And the people that he had around him, they wasn't critical thinking for him. He didn't have the best people in his interest around him. Diddy is a fucking genius. He's ran companies. He's promoted. That's why he's giving all these parties at his house all the time. He started out promoting. He went to college. Now, whatever his lust, whatever his wildness was, I ain't got a penny in that nickel, a dime in that quarter. But one thing I will say is this. I'm tired of these people always fucking with us in every way, and then black people just jump on their bandwagon and just fuck us over even worse. I don't like it. And I don't give a fuck what anybody has to comment or say. Because y'all's lives, most of y'all's lives that comment, that's y'all's accomplishments. It's how many fucking likes and clicks you get on a comment. If that's what fucking turns you on, if that's what moves your boat, if that's what your destiny, if that's what your life's fucking ambitions are, y'all could have that shit. Stay the fuck over there with that. That shit is nothing. I ain't seen no evidence. Stop convicting black people. Stop convicting black people when they don't have any evidence. Stop just taking the narrative and letting this fucking internet convict people and fuck people over, your own kind. Stop it. You've been conditioned that way. Break the fucking cycle. Now, if he did something in his evidence, well, you okay? But if there's no evidence, then why the fuck all this fucking, then why you crucified him? Same thing what they did to Jesus. Every black man gets crucified. There was physical evidence with R. Kelly, and it still shouldn't have been a RICO. He didn't have nobody. I didn't hear about nobody doing anything with him. Where was the RICO? That's bullshit. He'll win that on appeal. But there's nothing. This is not the same as R. Kelly. Diddy is much more smarter. I know one thing: humility, kindness, being humble, controlling your ego. That'll keep you last. That'll help you last out here a long time. And again, listen. I'm defending me and mines. So I'm not out here defending nothing, but I surely will defend blackness. I come from Boston, racist. Grew up in that shit. So I'm gonna stick up. I'm gonna stick up for blackness. Do I think Stevie can be? See, again, and now as far as the Stevie 50 thing, right? I know a lot of y'all, right? A lot of y'all, especially white people, love 50 because of the Eminem thing and because of the, right? So y'all cheer 50 on, but y'all don't give a fuck about 50. So stop it. And I know a lot of y'all think that 50, but y'all gotta remember one thing. 50 got shot in his face. If somebody punches 50 in his jaw hard enough, what do you think's gonna happen? 50's had reconstructive surgery on his jaw. What do you think happened if Stevie hits that jaw? If anybody hits that jaw, what do you think's gonna happen? And 50 knows that. Nobody's scared of 50. Nobody's scared to go in a ring and fight. We men. We put gloves on, we fight. Thank God there are rings. It saves a lot of lives. We fight. The best man win, and you keep it moving. And guess what? You're gonna make some millions in the process. But 50's not gonna fight Stevie because that jaw has been damaged. And y'all keep thinking Sleezo's a slouch. And y'all keep thinking I'm a slouch. It's all right. It's the internet. You're gonna think what you want, have your opinion. Root for who you want to root. I just know what I know. I'm not on here for motherfucking, even if 50 was going through it, I wouldn't be cheering for that motherfucking nigga to be going through it. I don't do that. Remember, I helped 50. When he got stabbed up, he came to my studio, I helped him, called him a car service, got him out of there. I did that, sent him to the hospital. Didn't even know him. Anyways, shit like this, that's what's gonna be on my podcast. Common fucking sense. Yeah. Not all this hyped up bullshit. We need to be reprogrammed as a people, reconditioned. I'm going to help that. I'm going to help recondition the minds of the culture because the culture's burnt out. A lot of y'all are fried. A lot of people out there fucking fried. Believe anything. Fame excites you. Whoever's on top excites you. Money. Oh my God. They gotta be the... I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help recondition that, because a lot of y'all are fucked up in the head. Anyways, much love to all my supporters as always. I appreciate it. I got my live back. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Common sense. My podcast is gonna be common sense. There's only black and white, no gray area. That's it. I'm not, just because somebody, I'm going for what's right. I don't give a fuck about being politically correct. I'm saying what's right. I was raised by two parents who, to me, are great human beings. God rest my mother, and shout out to Schnapps. I'm still here. It's love.